Hi Pisces, this is Trudy with Virtual Tarot. I will be creating your love reading right here, right now at this very second. I'm very excited to do that. Happy December. Sorry these are a tiny bit late, but I was also creating a year-long reading for you, which I hope you'll check out. And there is a card for every month. I know you're going to really enjoy that. And so let's get moving. This is your love reading for December 2016. Also, I'd like to mention that I am wearing Halston from the 1970s. This is a cashmere maxi dress, and so it's very Pisces. It is lovely. And so if you're into disco, and disco's really back, hello, this would be a cool thing for you to look for on my website. I'm going to be selling off a lot of my vintage. Okay, let's get moving. First card, Strength reversed for you. So you're going to have to dig deep this month. If you're learning how to read the tarot, this is major arcana stuff for you, Pisces. And something may actually test you, or someone may test you. Now, Strength, whenever I see this card, I think of taming the inner lower self, because all of that more animalistic, bestial stuff might be stirring around for you at the beginning of the month. And or someone around you may be roaring like a lion, and you may not have the energy or even the chutzpah to make peace with that person. However, your spirit guides are telling you that you have the capacity always to well, first of all, I'm hearing not suffer fools. You're not going to do that. But you also have the capacity, Pisces, to see into the situation a little bit further. And for some of you, I'm hearing that you may not think it's even worth it to deal with this situation. And so something's coming up in December. Someone's got their feathers ruffled. You may retreat, although you could handle the situation and put it to rest. I'm hearing that for some of you, you might just walk away for a while and spend the time really taking care of your own needs. Not a bad idea. Pisces, also, you're so rich and you're so far ahead sometimes that you can't even really can't understand why these people are coming up with all of these situations that require a peacemaker. So that might come up for some of you. Now, again, you're being tested. You're tested to control your tongue and to not stick your foot in your mouth a little bit. Not that you would do it inelegantly, and you'd probably even do it on purpose. If you're a Pisces and you have a fire sign in your life, or even if there's a friend, excuse me, let me fix my hair. I have a muffin top. If you have a friend that is a fire sign, or a Leo in particular, they may test you, and you may become some situation may annoy you. You don't really understand these people, and so that sort of like a getting on the nerves kind of thing is what I'm hearing. And you know, the best way to deal with that is exactly the way you innately would deal with it, which is like, oh, why bother? And either check out mentally while you're there, or remove yourself physically from the situation. And again, I'm hearing for some of you that's kind of crazy. It's very literal circus. If there's a circus in town, maybe you're going to see something, or there's something in your life. I'm hearing three-ring circus that feels like a three-ring circus. And you're saying to yourself, geez, this is just a whole bunch of hoopla for no reason, and it's kind of boring. Well, the other situation for you could be, and for some of you, very specific, but the person in your life is a little loud, a little brash, they're having a moment, and even talking some trash about you or your relationship, loudly in public. And so that is a bit of a turnoff too. So maybe move away from that person. For some of you, that's not your bag. You're private, and you're a very deep person, and so you need to be with the same type of person. Okay, coming up we have the Emperor. Again, this is reversed, but I'm reading everything for you so that you can learn to read with me in the upright. This is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is the father figure. This is the guy who makes the rules, who sets the boundaries, who makes decrees. Sometimes he makes good ones. Sometimes they're not so good, but we've all learned how to live with this figure. This is like the patriarchy. This would be the person who tries to define you, and you may be challenged by that. You don't want to be defined by someone else's ideas, dogma, a belief system, that kind of thing. And so for Pisces this month, even though it's a card that speaks to the protector of the kingdom, the ruler, it can even mean government. And so for some of you, you may not be overly happy with what's going on in your government, or your state government, your local government, even your country, or even globally, you may not be happy. And that's coming up too. Pisces is a big thinker. You're really way up here when it comes to, what's happening, what you think about, what's important to you. And so that's on your mind. And even women's issues, women's rights, I'm hearing that for some of you as well. It's a really interesting month, and you're gearing up for 2017, and you're evaluating a lot of things. And people in your life who represent these things, also these systems, you may be specifically annoyed by some of these people because they do represent some bigger, broader issues that you're kind of feeling chafed by, I guess you would say, and they sort of rubs your raw a little bit. Anyway, so that's going on. If you're in a relationship, it can mean that your significant other is a little too heavy-handed even. If you're a female, now if you're a male, watch out and try not to be too heavy-handed. Or if this energy's around you, or you're feeling drawn to it, just step back a little bit, because you want to have rules, and you want to live your life in a way that makes sense and isn't completely chaotic. However, I'm hearing stigma, like there's a sort of some kind of stigma, if that makes sense to you, that you're feeling. And anyway, take that for what it is, but that's what I'm hearing. Coming up, we've got the Three of Cups. Again, reading all these in the upright. This is a card of celebration. This is really unexpected, and all of a sudden, after all of this other stuff is going on, there's a big party that just kind of blows through. And so you're joining in or not joining in. And so there's a decision to be made. Will I join in or will I not join in? And this is just kind of frivolity. It's not anything that really is going to make a difference in the morning. However, you might want to watch out just a little bit if you are going out for the holidays. Try not to drink too much. Do anything that you would regret the next day. This is benign stuff, but you want to comport yourself the way you would like to be seen in the bigger and broader world, and not also to carry the weight of the world's situations, issues, things going on into your social life. And so that might also, during this party time, season, toasting, celebration, you're maybe going to need to lighten up a little bit and remove yourself a little bit from people who feel really heavy, because you might respond in kind. Now, again, this is a love reading, and so if you're going out with your significant other, just, be careful not to get rubbed the wrong way by them during party season. They might say something that annoys you, but then again, tomorrow it's a non-issue. Also, if you're going out with your girlfriends, this could rub someone the wrong way, or your guy friends. Too much time hanging out with your group, your posse, could be getting on the nerves of the person who's trying to have a relationship with you. And that might feel heavy. And for some of you, you might feel like your significant other is a little heavy. And the other option here that Spirit's saying for all of our single people out there is that a Pisces would want to not put themselves in a situation where they're around braggarts who they can see straight through if you're single. So you want to remove yourself from these experiences which seem very shallow and are not edifying to you. You're a deeper person. Those are the types of relationships that you should seek out. Temperance comes up for you. Again, that's very nice. Patience. This is the card of art. This is the card of allowing yourself space and time to kind of make something that is feeling less than great. This is also about staying in the middle, and it speaks very much to that last card and the entire reading, which really has to do with just staying focused and not swaying too far to the left or too far to the right. And actually, it's very interesting because the Emperor reversed, or even in the upright, would be the right, and then the Three of Cups would be the left. And so this card is saying also strength would be strength to the left or to the right, either way, because we need to have the strength to endure and to follow the narrow path all the way toward righteousness, or toward enlightenment, or toward our art. And so during this holiday season, you're going to be really focused on keeping your balance, your Piscean balance. And also your angels are there for you. I always love to get this card because this card really speaks to setting an example for others. And so you want to be the one who shows them the way. And the way to do that is to be calm and to be able to deal with any situation without flying off the handle, Pisces, or judging even. And if we find ourselves becoming, Three of Cups reverse, can mean that you're not partying, you're not going out, you're not engaging, you're not a part of the flow. That's not living. And so you want to get in there, you want to jump in and be a part of what's happening now, but with this sense of graciousness, calmness, fluidity. It's amazing that you can do this, but that's exactly what Spirit's saying that you can do. And there's a lot of advice and beautiful guidance within this reading. And so please, if you would like to listen to your year-long reading, that's also posted. There's a card for every single month posted to the site. And so please watch your 2017 reading, because this year is getting off to a very good start with this Temperance card, and just flowing beautifully into the year. And even though you're very highly sensitive to some of the inequities or some of the dogmas, some of the belief systems around you that are kind of rubbing you the wrong way, you're going to stay very grounded, centered, and just sort of let that stuff just sort of roll off you. Remember, you're Teflon this month, Pisces, and you're a role model. So thanks for watching. If you would like a private and personal reading with me, I would love to read for you. Just go to myvirtualtarot.com. look for a package that resonates with you, and then send me an email, a personal email, to myvirtualtarot@gmail.com. I personally will answer that email, and we can start your reading. If you're already creating a wonderful rapport with me now, and so let's continue that rapport. I will be available for the month of December. I've made this a priority because I feel like this is a very highly energized time of the year. Great time to get a reading, or even if you have someone in your life who would like a reading, please refer them and let them know that they can gain very much by tuning in, tapping into their guides. So thank you so much. If you'd like to learn how to read the tarot, I am working on getting hangouts together. That's going to be very important for this year, teaching you guys how to read so that you can become readers on the site, which we also have donation-based readers on the site. Amateurs, but we all start out that way, so that's very good. Please check that out, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.